Okay, well, let's go for the pre-market movers and levels.
Okay, well, we start with TripAdvisor, that's ticker TRIP or TRIP in the US, $75.60, down just over 9%, and they managed to upset the market on almost every level. They missed on Q3 earnings, and they guided lower on 2015 revenue growth, and they guided below both the prior guidance they'd given and the market estimates. So they didn't win any friends.
All over the place.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we move down to Tableau Software, people who make data management software. Data is the ticker there, handily, $100.78. They trade pre-market up a whopping 19.4%, and they showed how it should be done. They beat Q3 estimates. They guided higher, and the market believes that that guidance might still be conservative. They posted a 57% rise in license growth after a 60% rise in the same number in the prior call. So we've talked about some software companies who are struggling to move to a licensing model. Obviously Tableau are not having those problems in the market.
It's all about data, isn't it now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a great service. If you haven't used it and you've got data to try and visualize, it's well worth having a look at that, I think.
Okay, all right, let's go on to the levels to watch.
Okay, so in the cash equities for the FTSE, we look at 63.50 on the downside, plays 63.90. Most things are in a tight range today, ahead of the non-farm numbers. For the DAX, we look at 10,815 on the downside, plays the round number at 10,900. And for the S&P, 2090 on the downside, that should say 2110 to the upside. My apologies for the typo. And for the Dow, 17,860 on the downside, plays 17,930 to the upside. Currency-wise, the feature this week really has been well, particularly the European currencies, how they've weakened against the dollar. So for the euro now, though it's bounced back slightly from midweek, 108.43 on the downside, plays 108.95 to the upside. The Aussie US dollar, 71.40 now on the downside, plays 71.70, so quite a tight range there by recent standards. Dollar yen sort of sat the week out really, but yen has eased slightly, 121.60 to the downside, 122.35 the level to watch to the upside, but it's cable that's had the most significant move really. We started the week with a 154 handle. We now look at 151.23 to the downside, plays 151.90 to the upside.
Yes, a shock move there from the Bank of England to weaken sterling.